Hello, this is Derek from Trade Technicals. Today is the 18th of August, 2009. We're looking at CNBC's main page, and we're going to be talking about this article here. But first, before we do that, let's take a quick look at the markets. Dow is up 48, NASDAQ up 11, and the S&P is up 4 3/4, basically about 0.5% around the board. And if we have these small gains which follow the big losses the losses that we had on Friday and Monday, that could be very weak on the long term, but that just means what we follow it up the next day by, as if we are able to not test or not go below the lows that we did yesterday, then that would also potentially mean that we could make new highs. But the stock market doesn't necessarily tell you what the strength of the economy is. And they're saying here a triple U or square root sign, the recovery is taking shape. So they want to let you ask you what shape you think the recovery is going to be. Because that's exactly what they're doing, is saying, oh, what's the shape going to be? They've been saying that now for many weeks. Is it going to be a U shape, a V shape, and W shape has been very, very common. It says that there's no doubt the recession is winding down. The hot question now is what shape will the recovery be? And you know what? I think that's fairly true. I think most people feel that the recession is winding down. You got some people who think that the recession is winding down and that it's all going to be fine and dandy based on what the mainstream is saying. Those people are thinking that. And then you have people saying that it's going to wind down, but that's because it's going to be replaced with an economic depression. So, of course, there's not much doubt that it's winding down. It all depends on how optimistic you are about the recovery and the growth prospect for the economy. A recent survey found the debate centers on three components: the speed, strength, and durability of the recovery. Some of these shapes are dizzying, said Kazuka, I think, but nonetheless, they're trying to say that the main shapes are U, V, and W, and this is GDP here. So what we're seeing here is they're expecting the GDP to go all the way down and then just turn based on this shape, maybe a W shape. Maybe it's going to be a V. That's what they're trying to say. Now, the big thing is it depends on which GDP numbers you trust, because Carl Denninger was pointing out with the previous GDP numbers on how if they put in the main components, I don't know exactly how he came up with it, but I do realize that it's time to know that the government has done a very good job in making the numbers actually look different than what they actually are. So they're also saying that the L, of course, is a doomsday scenario. We hit bottom and there's no end in sight. Personally, that's not doomsday to me. That's a beautiful thing, because that's, to me, what is needed to be fixing the economic system. There's no way we can go into a resource-based economy unless we can do something to change the way we are. So if we were to have the recovery like they say, it's a so-called recovery with the V-shape or W-shape pattern, that would mean that we're still having lending being restored and that we are still slaves to the economic dollar system, which is monetized by the Federal Reserve. So that, to me, sounds more doomsday than anything else. So L is only at 7.3% on 975 responses. Now, a lot of people are watching CNBC at their workplace as far as economic and stock market stuff, because that is the main network. So when they're listening to these people and they are already set to put their trust in the mainstream media, then they're going to say, yes, it's a U-shape or it's a V-shape recovery. So when we take a look at all of this here, like, what is a Mickey Mouse formation? I have no idea what that is. And nonetheless, quite frankly, I'm looking forward to seeing what they're having to say when this recovery just does not happen. Thank you for watching. Have yourself a great day.